out here today in my local park this evening, and I just have to bring you along for a moment. The sun is just getting ready to set, and the sky is turning that peach and gold color, and everything feels so calm and so peaceful tonight. The birds, the geese, they're all singing their little goodnight songs, and the trees, they're glowing in that last bit of light. And honestly, it's one of the most simple moments that remind me why walking is such a gift.
I'm growing older, feeling bolder every day, finding all the little joys along the way. I'm still laughing, still learning, still going strong. Every sunrise whispers, come on, carry on. Getting older, living bolder, this is my time to shine.
Hello friends, and welcome back to Growing Older, Living Bolder. I'm Pam. I'm glad you're here with me today. I'm 69 years old. I am retired and truly living my best life. At least I'm trying to. My days, they're full in the most beautiful ways. I have 8 wonderful grandchildren, my sweet poodle Nala, and my joyful backyard chicken endeavor that I lovingly call Chickadee Farm. Now, don't let that name fool you. I don't live on a big farm. I'm actually right here in regular old Southern California in a neighborhood. And my chickens are simply part of my backyard adventure, and they bring me all kinds of joy, purpose, and a whole lot of colorful eggs. You may have seen my recent chicken video. And as I've gotten older, I realized something important. Walking today isn't the same old boring walking that we did when we were younger. Back then, it was just exercise, something that we rushed through or we didn't do because we just didn't love it. But now, walking is something entirely different. For seniors, it's great for mental health, to keep your stamina, and for longevity, and for keeping our hearts and our brains and our spirits strong. It's a way to stay connected to the world, to ourselves, to a piece of nature, and to the world around us. So today, we're talking about walking in a whole new light. Not speed walking, not hiking mountains, just walking. The kind that you can do in your neighborhood, at a park, or even at your house. Right now, I'm out here in my local park this evening, and I just had to bring you along for a moment or two. The sun just set, and the sky is turning that soft peach and gold color, and everything feels calm and peaceful. The birds, they were singing their little goodnight song, and the trees, they're glowing that last bit of light. And honestly, it's just one of those simple moments that reminds me why walking is such a gift. Nothing fast, nothing fancy, just me, this fresh air, and this beautiful view. Sometimes a short walk at sunset is all it takes to reset the whole day. I want to share with you, walking is one of the most powerful, scientifically supported tools that we have for staying strong, staying sharp, independent, and joyful as we grow older. So, why is walking such a superpower for seniors? Well, let's start with the research and what it shows. And don't worry, I'm keeping this simple and senior friendly. A major review in Geroscience found that walking lowers the risk of heart disease by 35%, at least up to 35%, and strokes by up to 34%, and that was in older adults. The CDC tells us that even a single walk can lower anxiety, improve your sleep pattern, and even reduce blood pressure. A 2025 medically reviewed article found that walking can boost your immune function. It can reduce pneumonia-related death by 42% and improves energy and cognitive performance. There was a study that was in neurology that showed that seniors who walk regularly have larger memory centers in the brain, meaning walking literally helps protect your memory. So, when I say walking is powerful, I am not exaggerating. It's simply sharing what the research shows. So, how many steps should seniors aim for? Let's talk about something simple that you can measure. You can measure your steps. Not as pressure, but just as a gentle guide. Here's a little walking game that I play myself, and it works for me every time. I look down at my little stepwatch and I see whatever number that I'm at, and I challenge myself to hit the next milestone. Not a big one, I keep it small, just a little bump or two. So if I'm at 3,500 steps, I tell myself, let's get to 5,000 steps. And then if and when I hit that, I think, well, I think I can do 6,000 right there. And before you know it, I have walked 3 miles without even planning to. And I can tell you, every time I come to this park, I say, I'm not walking 3 miles today. 9 times out of 10, I leave after walking 3 miles though, because I just get into it. It turns walking into a tiny, fun challenge, and those little wins, they add up fast. The beautiful thing is that research can show that you don't need 10,000 steps a day. You don't even need close to that. Here's what the studies actually found in plain, senior-friendly language. A large study of older adults found that 3,800 steps a day was linked to a meaningful drop in death risk in seniors. There was another study, and it was of 4,000 to 5,000 steps, and that was where the biggest health benefit happened, especially for heart health and longevity studies. And in 2024, there was another analysis that found that every extra 1,000 steps that you did, you added that, it actually lowered your dying risk from any cause by 12 to 15%. So the benefits continue to round up, and you get to that 8 to 10,000 steps, and that's the biggest gain that can happen usually, but you get gains at much lower also. So here's a simple way to think about it. 3,000 steps, I'm moving and my body really appreciates it. So 4,000 to 5,000 steps, I'm protecting my heart health and my brain right now. 6,000 to 7,000 steps, wow, I'm building some strength, some longevity. 8,000 steps, wow, bonus benefit, my body enjoys it, but no pressure, no perfection, just progress. Work at it. And remember, your body doesn't care where the steps came from. It could be your garden, your hallway, your grocery store, walking that dog. It all adds up and it all counts. Start with where you are. So walking doesn't begin with a stopwatch. It begins with listening to your body. Start with what feels doable to you. For some of you, that might only be 5 minutes around the block or up your street, outside the door of your house. For others, it might be a stroll through your garden for a few laps inside your home. The key is consistency, though, not intensity. And here's the beautiful part. Studies show that even light intensity walking improves cardiovascular health and reduces inflammation. You don't have to walk fast, you just have to walk. Make walking enjoyable. Walking should feel like a gift, not a chore. So let's make it something that you look forward to. My favorite is nature walks. Nature walks are just calming and restorative. Even 10 minutes outside can lower your stress hormone, improve your mood, and help you feel more grounded. I look for trees, flowers, birds, geese, or even just the way that the lights hit the sidewalk. Nature gives you something new every single time you go out. There's also walking with a buddy, walking with someone, maybe a friend, a family member, a neighbor, your spouse, your daughter, or even your dog. It makes the time fly. You talk, you laugh, you share stories, and there's the emotional side of walking. Now, let's talk about that part of walking that doesn't show up on any fitness tracker. It's the emotional side of walking. Because walking isn't just good for your heart, it's good for your soul. Walking gives us something deeper than physical health. It can give us space to breathe, space to think, space to let our shoulders drop back down, and just to relax, space to remember who we actually are, not just our roles, our to-do list, our aches and pains. And let's be honest, sometimes walking's the only quiet minute in the day that we might get, especially if you're like me and you have grandkids, a spouse who likes to talk. In my case, I have a flock of chickens who think that they are entitled to a full conversation every morning. Walking will help with anxiety. It's gently lowers your stress level. When you walk, your brain shifts out of that worry mode and into a calmer rhythm. It's kind of like telling your nervous system, okay, we're safe, we're okay, let's just settle down. Walking's great for your mood. It's great for my mood. Walking will boost the brain chemicals serotonin and dopamine. Those are your feel-good chemicals. That's why that even a short walk can turn a grumpy morning into a pretty good day. I've walked off many a mood. Trust me, it really will help. Walking is great for mental clarity. Walking can clear those cobwebs that are in your brain, helps you think straighter, make decisions, and see things from a new perspective, a new angle. I've solved more problems on a walk than I ever have sitting at a desk. Creativity. Some of my best ideas come from mid-stride. Something about moving my body unlocks your imagination. Even Einstein walked to think. So we're in good company. There's emotional resilience. Walking can help you bounce back. It will give you a moment to process life, to breathe through the hard stuff, and come home feeling like you're just a little bit stronger than you were when you left. For seniors, loneliness is always a big deal. Even walking alone makes you feel more connected to the world. You can see your neighbors, you can hear the birds and feel the breeze, and suddenly you don't feel so isolated. You don't feel so lonely. Confidence. Every step reminds you, I can do this. And that feeling, that quiet confidence, it is absolutely priceless. And here's the funny thing. I have never once come back from a walk and said, well, that was a mistake. Nope, not once. But I have said, why didn't I do that sooner? Or, wow, it's been a while since I took a walk. Why don't I make that more of a routine? Walking is like a reset button for the soul. It reminds us that we're still moving forward, literally and figuratively. And it reminds us that aging isn't just about slowing down. It's about moving with intention. And honestly, sometimes walking is the only time that I can hear myself think. Because Nala isn't asking for treats, or my grandkids aren't asking for snacks, or the chickens, they aren't yelling at me for more, whatever. Walking gives us a little piece back of ourselves. And that's, my friend, that is priceless. Thank you for spending this time with me today. I hope that this inspired you to lace up your shoes and to step outside and give yourself the gift of movement, even if it's just for a few minutes. Walking, it's simple, it's gentle, it's powerful, and it's something that we can do at any age, any stage of life. And if you enjoyed this video, I would be so grateful if you would subscribe to my channel. I'm a brand new content creator here on YouTube, and your support, it truly helps me grow my little community. And I'd love to hear from you. What walking topics would you like to hear me cover next? Do you have any ideas or questions or stories of your own that you want to share? Let me know in the comments. I read every single one of them because here on this channel, we grow older, but we really are feeling bolder, and we do it all together. Thank you again, and have a nice evening. Get out and walk.
Embracing this life, it's finally mine. I've danced through the dark, I've laughed in the rain. With every scar, I've learned to refrain from hiding away. I'm taking my place. Here's to the journey, here's to the grave. Here's to the years, so here's to the years, the laughter, the tears. Each moment I cherish, shedding my fears. With an open heart, I'm lighting the way. This is my time, and I'm here to stay.